Blessings to you, family. Welcome back, everyone. This is a very, very important word that I pray that you would really hear and listen with your spiritual ears. What the Lord is saying to you. Today, God is saying, don't fall for it. There are many perceived signs that you will try to make fit into a piece of a puzzle that you've been searching for, all because that's what you want to hear or see or receive. But it is not divinely orchestrated by God for you, okay? So listen to that again, rewind it. There are certain things that you're trying to fit into this missing puzzle piece that you've been searching for, that you've been seeking after, and it can look as if it is a sign. But God is letting you know you've got to use your spiritual discernment as well as wisdom, okay? You're going to start to kind of like notice, if you want to call like these red flags or these things that will show up for you, letting you know, no, it can look like that's what God has for you, but it may not be. But the only way that you'll be able to discern and recognize the truth of the matter is by depending on the Spirit of God that's within you, okay? God, we know God is in us, he's around us, and he's always speaking, but we've got to be able to drop aside our own ideas about things so that we can really hear and discern and decipher what it is that God is showing us, what it is that he's bringing into our path. Many of you have struggled with this before, like you're saying, I thought this is what God had for me, or I thought this was, you know, a piece of the road that he wanted me to go down, only to find out that it wasn't. Thank God for his grace. Praise the Lord. Thank God for his grace and his mercy and how he gives us second chances and he helps us to recognize the truth. But you don't want to keep falling into that trap. Now, an example would be this. There is something that maybe you feel like God has told you to do. Let's use moving, for example. But yet it seems like you're still waiting for more clarity. You're waiting on where to move. You're waiting on how it's going to transpire. And then let's say something just drops into your lap. You automatically assume that that's God because it looks as if it lines up with the direction of moving. But the only way that you'll know that it's not from God is the sensitivity in your spirit when you see it or when you hear it. Now, this comes from a place of true relationship with God. That's just the bottom line. It comes from true relationship with God. Otherwise, we would just take anything and everything as a sign from God. And that's not how he wants us to operate. That is not wisdom. You've got to make sure that you're not only seeking God in those moments when you need clarity, but seeking him even when you don't need clarity, because you're just seeking more of him for yourself, because you desire more of him. You desire to be in his presence. You desire to have that communication with him. That's the only way that you'll know and recognize those moments when those perceived signs show up for you. And then you're like, wait a minute, nope. This is not from God. So I pray that you would hear this word, listen to it again, ask the Lord to expound on it for you, and take heed to it. Don't fall for it. All right, family? Love you. Be blessed.